I'm Davina and welcome to this week's video. So today I wanted to talk about how it feels to start over at 35 and kind of what my experience has been in starting something new and what comes after that. So let's get started. Over the last year and a half, I have been back to school, got my massage therapy license, and got a job in my new field. Of course, there's lots of highs and lows during this time period. Going back to school after 15 years was really scary, and I had a lot of doubt in myself, questioning if I made the right decision, and many tears were shed along the way. The newness of it all and cramming my brain with so much information during a short period of time was stressful, of course, but I ended up finishing my program on a high. I passed my boards first in my class and got scouted to work at a new spa just being built right out of graduation. So that was just the beginning. Now I'm finding myself somewhere in the middle where life has just seemingly paused without reason. Like, newness of it has kind of worn off, and I'm just kind of settling into this new life, but I seem to have found myself in this kind of waiting season where things aren't going as easily as I thought they were. Like, being a new therapist and finding clients has proven to be a little bit harder than I thought originally. So that can be discouraging after you've put in all this work and you're not really seeing the results that you wanted to see out of it. So that's why I kind of wanted to make this video today, is to talk about how I have been coping with kind of like the uncertainty of it all and dealing with just life being kind of on pause, where it just feels like nothing's really moving. So one thing that has helped me is looking at things through a different lens. Like, if you are only focused on the negativity of things not working out or things not being as you thought they should, or you feel like you're doing all these things and not seeing results and you're just kind of getting down on yourself, that obviously sheds a negative light over everything, over every aspect of your life, and it can really get to you and just be super discouraging. But I think once you start focusing on gratitude, it just opens up a space for more positivity to come into your life. So each morning when I get up, I will meditate and journal and then take my dog on a walk. And during that walk, I will just think of all the things that I have in my life that are just such blessings that I can be grateful for. And I will just thank the universe and thank God that I have these things in my life, and it just puts me in a better headspace to continue my day. So this one kind of piggybacks off of the first topic, but giving yourself grace. I know it's really hard for me to be nice to myself sometimes. Over the years, it's always been a problem. So easy to be negative to ourselves sometimes, especially when things aren't working out. But when I've had a particularly hard day, I like to think about all the situations that I have already gone through that have gotten me this far, and I can be proud of the fact that I have survived all those hard days already. Like, all these different versions of myself have gotten me to the point where I am now, and that's something that I can, just be proud of. So if I'm being proud of who I am right now, I can think back of all those different versions of myself and be proud of who I was in the past. And then I like to send love to that past version of myself. And that just makes me feel better to be able to do that. And then once I kind of get done with doing that, I can, I guess, pretend that my past version of myself is sending love back to my current version. And it just makes it easier to love myself, because sometimes it is hard in the current moment to send love to me right now. But being able to do that has really helped, and it might be a little woo-woo, but I don't know, try it out, see if it works for you. So another thing to do would be just getting creative. Like, I am obviously an overthinker. I like to ruminate in my problems and chew and chew and chew without much solution. So, in order to get out of that, I like to place myself in a different routine or situation or in front of new people to kind of invite that creativity back into my life and focus more on the bigger picture instead of just chewing on my problems. So things like getting involved in your community, see what kind of events are going on. I like to look at all the different things on Facebook to see what's going on during the week or on the weekends, and just going to different places, libraries, museums, meeting new people, talking to different people. Look at all of your skills and see what you can integrate. Just start to realize that there's this whole world outside of you and your problems, and it kind of makes it easier to minimize that stress that life can put on us sometimes. And then it just takes off the pressure, so these things can happen organically. Like, solutions will just start to come out of, nowhere, and that's what we want. And another thing would just be to have faith. This gray area is not going to last forever. You have faith and you keep trying and growing and learning. I think life is going to grow and learn along with you. Patience has never been an easy thing for me, and learning to let go and just let life happen as it should, because everything will work out in the end. Like, that's where a little delusion comes in, but I do tell myself that everything always works out as it should, and in the end it does. But when you're in this period of waiting and things aren't moving, you can get in your head a lot, and it's hard. So just continue to have faith. You've come this far, and this period won't last forever. And then at the end of the day, I think we have to look at our situation and whatever it is we're going through and kind of ask the hard question, like, is this worth waiting for? If I've put all my time, effort, and energy into something and I'm not seeing any results, and I don't think I will see results, like, is it time to pursue something else or go a different route or change the scenery? And that's something that I think we can only answer for ourselves. But definitely just take the time and consideration and the steps to making a wise decision for ourselves. If you have decided to start over at this age, or after this age, it's a really hard decision to make. And if nobody's told you yet, I'm proud of you for taking the plunge, or maybe you're about to take the plunge, but it's not an easy feat and not everybody can, do it. So I kind of just wanted to make this to get these thoughts out of my brain and hopefully help somebody else that's going through this situation. Relax and have faith and let go of the timeline, because everything's going to work out as it should. But if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Sending love and good vibes to each and every one of you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.